Okay, now that we've installed MetaTrader 4 and we've kind of gone through Simple Forex Tester, how to run it and the different portions of it, let's go ahead and place some orders and get into more of the advanced stuff. All right, so what we're going to do now is simply open your tester just as before. Click the View Strategy Tester if you don't see it already. Make sure Simple Forex Tester is selected. Select your pair and your period. Make sure model's on every tick. Select your dates and make sure visual mode is checked with the slider all the way up to 32. Simply click the start button at this point and your window will open. It'll say your pair, your period, and visual, and then you'll see it's actually collecting all the information down here. You just give it a minute and it'll actually go all the way up and say program startup OK. Click OK to connect to MetaTrader. Simply click the OK button and you'll see that this is actually running at this point, just as before. So now I'm going to go ahead and pause it, come over to my MetaTrader window, just so I can make this bigger. Right click and then go to grid, so I can turn the grid off, make it easier to see. You can actually tell most of the information right here on the right hand side. Remember, as before, I'm going to play the market again. You can actually remove this by going to File, Show HUD. So I really don't need to see it right now for the things I'm about to do, so I'll just leave it off. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and place a new order, and I'll show you that most US brokers nowadays don't allow hedging, and what this is having a buy order and a sell order on at the same time. Well, you can actually do this inside of Simple Forex Tester. As you'll notice here, I'll just go ahead and leave everything as it is. I'm going to give myself a 30 pip stop loss and a 30 pip take profit. Slow the market down just a little bit. Don't want any trailing stops or break evens for this particular order, and I'll go ahead and place a buy. So after we buy, I can immediately place a sell, and you'll notice that I'm completely hedged. Whereas most brokers would actually say you can't do this. With Simple Forex Tester, we think it's important to be able to test all of your systems, especially the hedging ones, just in case. So you can actually test any of your hedging systems as well, simply by placing buy and sell orders at the same time. You'll also notice that I can place many buy and sell orders at the same time. There is no upper limit to the amount of orders that you can place, and each of these orders will show up on the chart excuse me, as well as in your open order section here. You can actually click on any one of these orders and click the modify order button, and it'll actually show up with, I'll go ahead and pause the market before it closes my order. It'll actually show up with all the different things that you can modify. You'll see that we're actually down in this order by 30, so we're not going to move to break even though you can do so simply by clicking this button here. So we can go ahead and modify this order. We can change anything that we need to in here, and we can also have our speed controls up here, slower, faster, and we can actually play the market to let it move. So I'm going to go ahead and close that window, and you'll see that the only thing that I have left are sells, and by pausing the market, each time we pause it, it'll actually update your profit column here. So we're up in all four about $8.10. Let's say I'm good with that. You can actually go ahead and use the close button to close every single one of the orders if you want to. Just click on the order you would like to close and click the close button. Whenever you click play, you'll notice it immediately reflects on the chart and in your results as well. And this graph section here in the tester actually shows you a graphical representation of your account. So just to show you what I mean by that is we'll actually click play. You can go over to place new order. You can put on a buy order. And as it's moving along, we're still open in this order, so the graph's not going to update. If I were to speed this up, you'll notice as soon as the order closes, the graph updates as well. So this is a rolling updating graph visually of what your account is doing. Okay, let's say that we're nearing the end of our testing sequence. What I would like to do is let's say I'm completely finished testing at this point. It goes all the way through my testing, and this will automatically happen at the end of, if you said use date range, at the end of the date range it'll automatically stop for you. But if you would like to stop prematurely, if you say you're already finished and you want to save these results, simply click the stop button. It'll say connection closed, just to let you know that the connection between Simple Forex Tester and MetaTrader is closed. So you can actually close that window now. You no longer need it. You notice all your results that you've obtained by trading, as well as the graph, all remains the same. You can actually come over to report here, and it'll show you a breakdown of all of the important information for the test you just ran for the entire session that you were trading. Shows how many short positions, how many long positions, and how many were won versus how many were lost. Profit trades, loss trades, your largest profit, your average profit, and so on. It shows you all the information that you'll need. You can actually save this information by right-clicking on the chart and going to Save as Report, and you can save it as anything. I'll just leave it a strategy tester, and you'll see it actually opens up a window that lets you view the different statements in your account. So you can actually take this information after you save it, and you can either compare it to different tests that you've ran, or even upload it to the internet or give it to a friend. But basically all of the information from your test is now saved in these reports. So each time you want to run a test, it's just as easy as coming down to the tester portion, clicking start. It'll actually create a new window for you. You can collect all the information down here in the bottom left hand corner, and after all of the information is collected, it'll build, and then Simple Forex Tester is now running again, and you can begin placing orders again. Just kind of having a little bit of fun with it right now. And I'll just come down to pending order. I can create any one of these pending orders. I'll create a sell stop. 1 point. You can actually do any of this just like you were inside of MetaTrader itself. Now I've got a pending order down here, and it actually shows up in the pending column. So you can do any of this stuff like you're actually inside of MetaTrader 4 trading live. So we've actually done what we've tried to do. We've harnessed the ability to rewind the markets completely, play them back at any speed we wish, whether it be faster, hundreds times faster than the market normally goes, or slower, pretty close to real time actually. But still fast enough to actually keep the markets moving and keep things going. So at that point, you're now fully functioning, and you are now trading. You can trade at any part in history that you would like, on any pair that you would like, providing you had the data, and it will definitely skyrocket your ability as a trader, because again, in a very short amount of time, I'm able to trade the markets and test systems, make sure everything that I've been creating is solid and is good. So whenever I move to trading manually, moving to a live account, trading actual money, I'll have the confidence that I need, knowing that I can actually, stemming from the fact that I could go back in history and trade as much as I wanted to, giving me all the practice that I would ever need.